Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Live Issue evening, where we talk about this trending news about Emeka Ike and what is happening in his family. Now, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please help us subscribe by clicking on our YouTube channel. If you're on Instagram, please help us subscribe by clicking on us. And if you're on Twitter, please help us subscribe. All right, so I had to cancel the first video that I made because I wasn't coordinated. I was trying to find out how to work out my Instagram, but finally I got to know it, so now I can broadcast on all platforms, thank God. All right, so Emeka Ike story. Now, this story broke out, I think it was last week, and that was when we were preparing to premiere the video that he did with Tony Ibrahim. That's Malika. I don't know if you guys have watched that video. So Emeka Ike granted an interview, and during that interview, he had a lot to say about his ex-wife and his marriage and what happened. And Nigerians listen to him. You know how Nigerians are. We listen to anything. I mean, we like blogging, we like talking, we like gossiping. So Nigerians listen to him. And he said a lot about his family, about what happened in his marriage. And he accused his ex-wife, Emma, of a lot of things. Now, I'm going to say that this story happened, I think it was like 2017. So if we look at it, more like 6 or 7 years, I mean, because it was a long wedding divorce case. And there was a point whereby he had his children living with him for a long time, and the wife didn't have access to the children. Now, the story of what happened in this marriage, I'm going to tell is between these two couples. We don't know. But one thing that we know is that Emma was young when he got married to her. She kind of like particularly was not doing anything. But his accusation that she took everything from him, his school, his property, is what both of them are denying. And you know what? I love the fact that Emma came out finally to deny. But that's not the reason why I'm making this video. I mean, I got interested because normally I've not done any live video for a long time because I've been on break. I went into politics and I came out and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do any live for some time because I wasn't in the mood to go live anymore. But I read everything that people had to say about Michael. Michael is Emeka Ike's son. And I watched him in that interview with his mom. And all I can see was a child broken, a child between two adults who are fighting, who are not aware that the grass is being affected. That's all I could see. I could see a child who is traumatized, has passed through trauma. Now, if you guys don't know, Emeka's first wife, the marriage actually, he dated like 4 children. He has 4 children with his first wife. Now, the marriage divorce was very messy. It happened in 2017. And there were a lot of accusation about abuse, about, Emma had a lot to say. And this was dissolved in a customary court because they were not wedded in court and they did not have a white wedding. But the evidence was tendered by Emma. And I think, of course, at that point in time, if I can follow the story properly, Emeka was begging Emma to come back and she said, no, she doesn't want to. And my question is, if at that point in time, they actually granted Emma divorce and everything, and actually after so long of this divorce case and everything, Emma was finally granted custody of her children in 2017. Now, Emeka had his child, this particular Michael, with him all this while the divorce case was going on, while he was dragging with Emma. And I know that a lot must have been said because the children were living with the family. A lot must have been told to them about the mom, lots of allegation and everything. Now, this is Michael when he was young. Now, from what Michael said, if you listen to him in that interview, he said that when he finally saw his mom after so long, the first thing he told his mom was, I do not ever want to see that man again or live with him again. We need to ask the question, why will a child say that? A child had been separated from the mom for so long. The first day he was united, that was the first thing that he said. And he said that in that interview. You see, this story is, I keep saying, is omnivorous. But however we look at it, there are children involved. There are children who have actually been traumatized, who are actually passing through a lot, if you ask me to say that. There are children who are being affected by whatever is happening in Emeka's life. My first question when I was watching this interview was, why now? Why are you bringing this information, this whole jamboree now? You have been away from the Nollywood scene for so long. Emeka is actually married to a South African woman who happens to be a model from what we had. She's pretty and they have children of their own. Now, the children are actually grown up too. I'm going to say, I mean, that's the first child and that's the second child. You know, I think the woman might, I don't think the boy there is his. I think the girl is his because that's the one he's always flaunting. I'm not sure. I don't know the story, but all I know is that he is married to this woman, Yolanda, and they are living in Germany. Okay. Hi, 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 Aisha. How are you? Happy New Year. I wish you the same. All right. So, okay. So they're married now. You are flaunting your wife. You are, she's pretty. You're talking about her. And if you're happily married with this woman, why will you come back to Nigeria and your first interview granted is to talk about your ex? He was so bitter in that interview. It was all about his ex, his ex, his ex. I'm like, seriously. Actually, he came there to promote his movie, the Malika movie that, Tony Ibrahim actually brought him back from Germany for him to actually, stay with her. Now, I don't think in that interview that movie was actually mentioned. It was more about his ex-wife did this, his ex-wife did this, his debut. I'm like, seriously? How bitter can a man be? After how many years of being divorced from this woman, you have moved on. The Nollywood, let's say the Nollywood industry, let's say that Nollywood industry, blacklisted you. Hi, Victor, how are you? Maybe they did not want you to be part of that. But Tony Ibrahim finally actually gave you an opportunity for you to come back into that industry. You have been away from that industry for a long time. Instead of you to come back and just start a new life, get into the movie, start doing your movie, what you are bitter talking about is your ex-wife did this, your ex-wife did that. And my question is, if he had not granted the first interview where he attacked his ex-wife, will Michael, his son, come after him? And this is a question that we need to ask ourselves. I mean, you need to understand that in Igbo culture, your first son actually will protect you as a woman. And if his dad is coming after his mom, what do you guys think? He will just keep quiet? This guy actually came for this interview with the mom. He's ready to spill anything. He will do anything to protect the mom. And instead of us to actually think about what is going on here, we're talking about brainwashing. I mean, for me personally, I know Nigerians and their comments about brainwashing, and this is what I'm trying to understand. When we talk about woman is brainwashing a child, is it that the child? Michael is an adult. That guy is more than 25 years old. He has lived this life. He has seen what has happened in his family. He must have witnessed all the abuses and all the comments that was made. He even had, I don't like the audio that he leaked. At the end of the day, is his dad. But for a child to leak an audio tape of his dad threatening to kill him and to kill everybody in their house. I mean, that shows the kind of, anger and frustration he has towards him. And what I expect people to do is to find a way of healing, of bringing this family together and for them to heal. You see, pointing a accusing finger saying the mom is brainwashing. What is there to brainwash? When the man has actually come out to accuse the mom, I'm just trying to understand. What is there to brainwash? Brainwash that he's not the opera, or brainwash that, I don't know. I don't know what the brainwash is all about. Brainwash to say that is a bad person. But this guy has shown us evidence of the way the dad was talking to him. I don't know if you guys know the story of Emeka Ike and the problem he had with Shego Arinze, and how they were, I think that particular way, there's a lot of threats. People say that they want to kill him he has an anger issue. And whether we need to tell Emeka the truth. I know Yul Edochie and some other actors and actresses are supporting him, but they're not doing him good if they don't tell him the truth. He is destroying his own home by coming out in public and castigating his home. That's all I can say. You cannot build your home by coming online and you're talking about your family. If you have an issue with your wife, settle it indoor. I mean, call family meeting. If he doesn't want, take her to court. If you're saying that she stole your property, she took this from you, go to court. You guys went to court to dissolve your marriage. Why don't you take her to court and get back your school, your property? Why come on national television to tell us how your wife is this, how she's that, how she's that? Okay, this woman did not even say anything. No, she has not spoken, not once. All this, and the funny thing about, he brought her out. He made her start talking. Were you expecting her to talk? So he will come on national TV, call her name, say she did this, and then she will not talk. And then you guys expect the son not to protect the mom. I mean, come on, guys. I don't understand. This is a child that left his dad's house at this age. You can see his picture. He's old enough to know what is good and what is wrong. You see, you can brainwash a child to a particular age. At a particular point in a child's life, they know the truth. It's no more a brainwash. They know the truth because they can see what is happening. As a mom, you can say anything bad about your husband, you can whatever. For how long are you going to do it? Because the child will grow. The child will know the truth. And you're telling me that Michael, at his age, see how old he is. He's into music. The guy he has dreadlocks. At his age, he still does not know the truth. Then he's a fref now. Because if at his age, he's still being controlled by his mom, then he is a fref. What about his siblings? Because it's not just only him. How many of the siblings are with Emeka on this matter? Because they're all grown up. They're all grown up. So before we start, castigating him, calling him names, telling him that he's being brainwashed by his mom, we need to ask ourselves a question. What did he see in that marriage? What did he witness in the marriage? Did he see his dad beating his mom? Did he hear all the arguments, the name calling? Emeka's anger is so bad that even in a national television, in a previous, he calls people name. He doesn't know how to, doesn't have the eloquency of speech. And that's one thing we need to talk about. He tells somebody to shut up in the national television. It was one time ago. So before, he even went after Pastor Okotie. So he has an anger problem. He needs actually to reflect on himself and go for an anger management. Before we start killing Michael is a child or a man now, where he was a child. He has been traumatized. He has passed through a dysfunctional family. And what happens when families are not together and they are not showing love is this. And it happens in every family that is not together. If you grow up as a child, you're not seeing your mom and dad happy, talking to each other, kissing and hugging. Of course, if you're always seeing them quarreling, arguing, everything is, of course, you become like, that guy is angry. You can see his voice, his face. He is a child hurting. He's talking from a very deep and mental state of mind that we all need to reach out to this boy and show him love and not be castigating him and calling him names. This is not what we're doing now. We should be thinking about reaching out to this guy and thinking about how we can talk to Emeka to get off social media and sort out his home. And let me tell you, he can't even treat these South African women like he's treating his wife in Nigeria. He can't dare it. You see, not African, because South African is an African. Nigerian women, we take all the crap. We take all the shits. But then Nigerian men go out there and they marry other African people or even the white women, and they become different. And he's living in Germany. He can't even try it in Germany. And people keep saying, oh, why can't he? You don't know what this woman, you don't even know what Yolanda is doing. You don't even know what she's seen in her home. She hasn't even come out to say anything. What if she comes out and spills another bean? What are you guys going to do? We don't know. If you have an anger issue, a man that has an anger issue has an anger issue. And it is nothing that you can paint all the picture, you can do all the video, you can say, I love my wife and, do my wife. It does not remove the anger issue. Let's even say him and his wife, they are having an issue. Let them sort it out. But please, let's leave the poor Michael alone. This guy had seen a lot. When I look at his eyes, and when he was talking, as an educationist, as someone that works with children, all I can see is a child from a broken home. That's all I can see. I'm seeing a child who has seen a lot, who has passed through a lot, and who is coming out to stand. If he was standing with his dad, he would still accuse his dad of brainwashing. But at least he's choosing to stand with his mom, and we're now accusing the mom of brainwashing. So anyway, this guy has stood, even if he has said he's not going to say anything, you guys will still say, what about his children? What are they saying? So there's nothing you do that will satisfy Nigerians and Africans. We know that. But Michael is an adult. He's grown. He has a right to his opinion. And if he is saying that the dad did not treat him well, did not treat his mom well, and he saw what he saw, let's just believe that he saw what he saw. Even if the mom brainwashed him when he was young, I do not believe an old man can still be brainwashed. Even most times, children that are brainwashed when they are young, when they get older and they know the truth, they turn on the person that brainwashed them. That's what happens most times. So let's stop all this brainwashing. No, brainwashing is becoming like, I don't know how to say it. It's becoming like a joke. Any small thing will say, oh, this person has brainwashed me. Oh, you are brainwashed. Come on, guys. If someone brainwashed you, at least, to be frank with you, you should be able to, when you are old enough, when you become a man, you should be able to say, what I've been hearing all this while is a lie. No. Mom, you are lying. Mom, you are this. Mom, you are bad. Mom, but he's still standing with his mom. So let's actually listen to Michael a little bit. And people that are saying that, they are casting his music, because I think you guys are mean. To be frank, you guys are mean. Those that are not actually talking bad about his music, let this boy breathe. Let him have some bit of air, please. He's a child at the end of the day. What he witnessed anyway, he's not a child anymore, he's an adult. So let me not say he's a child. Anyway, that's my take on this story, because somebody wants to come in. Hello, hi Ibrahim, how are you? Hiya. Hello. Oh, I just want to come and say something. All right, guys, this is my take on this story. I do not know what you guys think about it. Just drop your comments. Let's read your comments about this story. I just feel like, we're being too hard on this little boy, on this little man, and that we're trying to make him choose a side that we Nigerians want him to choose. The guy has chosen, and he's saying that mom was wrongly treated. Let us at least listen to him. All these Daddy Freeze and all these Uche, I don't know what's her name again, all these people that are trying to get him to say something else, say something bad about the mom. What if the guy did not see anything bad? You guys are trying to force him to change his narrative. I don't understand the way we put our judge, say you're really a bad mother for bringing your son out for interview to prove what exactly him. So how you wash it? She wasn't the one that washed the dirty linen first. The man was the one that came out. I don't know where Nigerians get their story from. The man came out, he did his interview, and the woman was just responding. So imagine if you're a man or a boy and my son, and I'm going to the studio. Don't you think that the mother must have consulted him as a man? He must have even been the one that have given the mom the permission to go. Because I bet you, a Nigerian mother will first of all talk to her grown-up child and say, look, see what your mom dad has said. And I bet you that it was even the Michael that said, let's go. Let's call Chidi. Let's talk about our own story. So why do you think it was the mom? Why do you think it was the mom that brainwashed him? He's not old enough to say, I want to go for that interview. I want to have my say. I want to say what I know, mom. I want to protect you. I think he's old enough to do that. So why don't we believe that's what he did? Why is it that we're bent on painting a narrative on a poor woman who was a virgin when she was married to Emeka? She was a virgin, for crying out loud. She didn't know anything. And if Emeka is claiming that she took his 20 billion, she did this, go to court. Labour Party went to court, APC went to court, PDP, all of us, we've been to court. You go to your own court. That's all I can say about this story. But please, make you leave Michael alone. This is not his fight. This is a fight between two elephants, we can say. And a lot of people have different opinion about this story, but let's leave Michael alone. Let the elephant fight. He is just a child that has been caught in the midst of his parents who are both badly behaved, whose marriage did not work out. They have already been divorced. I do not know why Emeka had to bring up this topic. Is not even, I don't know why he's even on our screen. I thought this guy has gone. He could have quietly come back, does his film, do his PR on his film. Please, why come back and talk about your wife? I don't understand. If I'm that his South African wife, when he comes back, hey, I'll go pepper him. Because why are you going to Nigeria to be disgracing me? Why are you going to Nigeria to talk about my ex-wife? As if he still loves this woman, he still wants this woman, and the woman does not want him. And he has said it so many times. She doesn't want. Not by force to marry. Not be by force. If she says she not do, she not do. Move on. God. Anyway, that's my take on this story. I don't know what you guys think. Just drop your comments. And, people will learn from what you think. And people will just, drop your own comment. But for me personally, if marriage no workouts, you guys should at least try to separate amicably. Try to be friends as you separate, because some of the things that you guys do affect children. I'm telling you, some of those things that we do affect our children. If you can actually be in this part of the world, you can separate and still you guys go to each other's house, you guys hang out, you guys. You see people who are separate, the child go to the father's house, the mother drops. Is amicable. It's amicable. We don't want. It does not have anything to do with the children that we have given birth to. We separate amicably. The children have rights. You have rights. Everybody have rights. Well, you cannot separate and then you take my child. And for the court to have given the woman sole custody, Nigerian courts, Nigerian customary courts, to have given the woman sole custody of the children. Hey, e get as e be, e get as this story be, because it hardly happens. Nigerian court, customary court will always be for the man, especially the fact that the woman was not actually working, was not doing anything. Emeka was the one that was popular, that had the money. For them to have given that woman sole custody of the children, there is more to this story than Emeka is telling us. And believe him at your own peril. That's what I'm gonna say. I mean, like Ibrahim said, let the past be past to move on. You don't marry Oyibo or South Africa, you did Germany, you're having fun. Why? But the child is not supposed, I know you said the son is not a child. Ibrahim, you said the son is not supposed to intervene. I wish you can come on. But he's not a child. He had to say his own. Maybe he's angry with his dad. Your dad will come on national television and be castigating your mom and be talking down on your mom. And you know the whole story. Of course, he must have escorted the mom to that show now. He must have even been the one to tell mom, can we call Chidi? Because that woman, she has never been on social media, on any interview to talk about this marriage. She has been quiet too. But who do you think must have propelled her to come and talk if it's not this son? I bet you it's this son. Especially when he's a musician and he wants his name to. Now I know his name. I don't already download his music. So now some people no go like him, but some people go like him, support him. See, all the single mothers in Nigeria will support him and download his music. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, I think he has a right if the dad is abusing his mom on social media. I don't know. That's my take on it. But anyway, anyhow, when you see this story, is your own, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching.